Do you still remember? Back in your 40s or 50s, you could carry 2 grocery bags from the car to the house without taking a break. You went up and down the stairs several times a day, cleaned, mopped, chased after your grandkids, and never once thought about the word pain. There were even days you worked nonstop in the garden under the summer sun, bending, kneeling, standing up and sitting down, and still had the energy in the evening to make a cup of tea and read a few pages. But today, even a single step can make you grab the railing and take a deep breath. A trip to the supermarket leaves your knees burning with every step, as if someone were scratching them from the inside. And in the morning, when you first open your eyes, you can't step out of bed right away because your legs are stiff and your knees feel locked tight. Have you ever asked yourself, why are my knees still hurting even though I eat healthy, stay active, and take my medication as prescribed? Why can others my age still walk, play golf, and garden, while I can only watch from a distance? Is this really the life after 60 that I used to hope for? It's not just physical pain, it's disappointment. It's the feeling of slowly losing the small things in life. It's when you have to decline an invitation to go out simply because you're afraid you won't be able to walk. Then a friend shares a little tip with you. A very simple change. You try it. And after a few days, something strange happens. In the morning, you get out of bed without having to hunch over and hold on to the cabinet. By the afternoon, you walk around the yard without needing a chair to rest. The pain isn't completely gone, but you feel hopeful. You're excited. You believe you found the answer. But a few days later, the pain returns. Even worse. You feel confused, disappointed. You ask yourself, was that moment of relief just temporary, until you realize it's not the medicine, not the weather, not even your age. It's your everyday habits, the things you've repeated for years, that are silently destroying your knees little by little. The good news is that we can change them. Today's video will share with you 7 common habits that most people over 60 fall into, sometimes by accident, sometimes out of routine, and how you can adjust them so you don't have to keep living with pain. Especially at the end of this video, I'll share with you a small secret, simple but powerful, that many older adults have successfully used to keep their legs strong without strong medications or complex medical treatments. Let's go through each habit together, because sometimes changing just one small thing can bring back a life of freedom and comfort. Before we get into the 7 habits, don't forget to give this channel a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, so we know the information we're sharing has value and is helping someone out there. We truly appreciate it. Now let's move on to the next part. 7 habits that are silently destroying your knees. After the age of 60, we all become more cautious about our health. We start paying attention to our meals, take vitamins, do light morning exercises, and keep up with regular doctor visits. But there's one thing most people overlook: the small daily habits we repeat without thinking. You might be sitting for hours on a chair without realizing you haven't changed positions. You might be wearing stylish shoes with hard soles that send impact straight back into your knees. You might be climbing stairs diligently thinking it's good exercise, when in fact each step is putting more wear and tear on your joints. These aren't immediately serious mistakes. They're like small drops of water, silently wearing down the delicate cartilage in your joints. Day by day, month by month. Until one day you suddenly realize, when did I lose the ability to walk comfortably? In the next part of this video, I'll walk you through the 7 extremely common habits, ones that even I and millions of older adults once thought were harmless. But in truth, these very habits cause the knees to swell, stiffen, and ache without end. For each habit, I'll explain the real harm it causes to your knees. Scientific evidence from trusted sources like the Arthritis Foundation, Mayo Clinic, and others. A simple solution you can start using today. And at the end of the video, as I promised, there will be one small secret that might completely change your recovery journey. Something very few people know, but it's the key to helping your joints regenerate and recover, not through medicine, but through how you live, sit, and move each day. The story of Mr. George lives in the suburbs of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This year he just turned 74. He spent his entire life working as a mechanical engineer. For nearly 40 years, he was used to going up and down the stairs at the workshop, standing for hours inspecting machines, and never once complained about tired legs. His wife Rose often joked, "You walk faster than our 20-year-old son." But after retiring, everything began to change. No longer needing to move around as much, he spent more time reading, watching TV, and gardening. It seemed like the peaceful life everyone dreams of. Then one morning 2 years ago, George woke up with a strange feeling, a dull pain in his left knee. He got out of bed and was startled to feel how heavy his steps had become. It was like someone had stuck a small stone behind his knee. At first, George thought it was just the weather or a wrong movement. He massaged it, applied ointment, and rested. But the pain didn't go away. It lingered. It stayed. Worse, every time he climbed the stairs, even just a few steps, his knee felt like it was going to give out. That's when I really got scared, he recalled, because I'd always been proud of my strong legs. His wife urged him to see a doctor. The doctor diagnosed early-stage chronic knee arthritis. Not serious yet, but if nothing changes, it will lead to degeneration. He started taking medication, added glucosamine, ate more fish, and tried walking every morning at the nearby park. Sometimes the pain eased. George thought he was getting better. He started to feel hopeful. But then just a few weeks later, the pain returned. This time even more intense. He couldn't sit long in a chair. Even getting out of the car became a struggle. A deep sense of disappointment set in. I began to fear going out. Every time my grandson invited me for a walk, I'd come up with an excuse to avoid it. He sighed. Until one day he ran into an old friend, Paul, who had once suffered even worse pain, but now walked strong and steady. The two of them sat down for coffee. Paul didn't talk about pills. He didn't mention supplements either. Paul spoke about 7 habits, ones nearly every senior has, including himself in the past, and how changing those small everyday things, like switching to better shoes, drinking enough water, standing up every 30 minutes, helped him almost fully recover. George didn't believe it at first, but he listened. He wrote everything down and started making small changes, one by one. He avoided stairs, changed to soft-soled shoes, and set a timer to remind himself to stand every half hour. After 3 weeks, something changed. His knees didn't hurt when he woke up. Trips to the grocery store became easier. He could sit and play with his grandson without constantly rubbing his knees. For the first time in almost 2 years, I felt like I got myself back, George said, smiling with tears in his eyes. George's story is the story of millions of people after age 60. We don't always need strong medicine or surgery. Sometimes we just need to take a closer look at what we do each day and adjust it a little to put life back on the right path. Right after this, I'll walk you through those 7 habits, one by one, with explanations, medical evidence, and practical guidance. Keep watching, because the final secret I promise to share will come after habit number 7. It's something that has helped hundreds of seniors return to an active life, no longer fearing sharp knee pain every morning. But before we dive into the 7 habits, please don't forget to give this channel a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, so we know that the content we share has value and is helping someone out there. Thank you so much. Now let's move on to the next part. Habit 1. Sitting for too long without changing positions. Have you ever sat through a long movie on TV or spent hours reading the morning paper without getting up? That's something many seniors do daily, thinking it's harmless. But for knees that are gradually weakening over time, sitting still in one position for too long is like letting a machine rust. The harm. When you sit too long without changing positions, blood flow to your joints is significantly reduced. Synovial fluid, which nourishes and lubricates cartilage, also slows down. As a result, joints become stiff and more painful, especially when you stand up or take the first few steps. Scientific evidence. According to the Arthritis Foundation, sitting for more than 30 minutes without movement can already slow the secretion of synovial fluid. This leads to cartilage thinning and earlier joint degeneration. Solution. You don't need intense exercise. Just set a timer to remind yourself to stand every 30-40 minutes. Walk a few steps around the house, stretch your arms, gently rotate your knees. Every small movement is like giving your joints a fresh dose of nourishment. Habit 2. Climbing stairs too often or incorrectly. Have you ever thought climbing stairs is a good way to stay active? That's true, but only if your knees are still strong. For seniors already showing signs of inflammation or joint degeneration, going up and down stairs, especially many times a day, puts heavy stress on the knees. The harm every time you step up or down, Your body weight is focused directly on the front knee. If cartilage is already worn, there's no cushion left. It's like rubbing two bones together, which causes sharp pain and increases inflammation. Solution: limit how often you climb stairs each day. If you must go up or down, hold the handrail firmly. Use your stronger leg to support your weight and go slowly one step at a time. If possible, live on the ground floor or arrange your daily activities on the same level. Habit 3. Walking in hard-soled shoes or without heel support. A stylish pair of shoes isn't always good for your knees. Many seniors walk every day, but wear shoes with soles that are too thin, too hard, or lack heel cushioning. With each step, instead of softness, your knees take the hit. The harm. When shoes don't support your heel, the ground impact isn't absorbed. It bounces straight back up to your joints, especially the knees. This increases cartilage damage and leads to chronic inflammation. Evidence, a study published in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy, found that seniors wearing cushioned, well-fitted shoes experience 32% less knee pain than those wearing stiff shoes. Solution: choose shoes with soft soles, cushioned heels, and proper fit, preferably athletic or orthopedic walking shoes. Avoid high heels, thin sandals, or flip-flops with no support. Check the soles every 3 to 6 months and replace them when the cushioning wears out. Habit 4. Not managing your weight. We often hear about weight in relation to heart disease or diabetes, but few people realize that every extra kilogram is a burden directly pressing on your knees, step by step. The harm. According to Harvard Medical School, for every extra kilogram, your knees bear 4 times that weight with each step. That means if you're just 5 kilo or 11 lbs overweight, your knees are carrying an extra 20 kilo or 44 lbs every single step you take. This not only wears down cartilage faster, but also causes arthritis to progress twice as quickly. Solution: focus on a gentle anti-inflammatory diet low in sugar and salt, high in vegetables, fish, and olive oil. Avoid eating late at night or when you're not truly hungry. Make it a habit to weigh yourself weekly to catch changes early. Just losing 2.3 kg, 4 to 6 lbs, can make your knees feel noticeably lighter when walking or standing for longer periods. Habit 5. Not drinking enough water. Many older adults avoid drinking water because they fear nighttime trips to the bathroom. But doing so can cause your joints to dry out and hurt more, just like a machine running without lubrication. The harm: your knees contain synovial fluid, a natural liquid that helps cartilage move smoothly. When you don't drink enough water, this fluid decreases, causing the bones to rub directly against each other, leading to pain, swelling, and stiffness. Scientific evidence, according to the National Institutes of Health, NIH: dehydration in older adults doesn't just affect the heart and kidneys. It also directly reduces synovial fluid effectiveness and worsens arthritis symptoms. Solution: drink 6 to 8 glasses of water daily, spread out throughout the day. Avoid drinking large amounts right before bed. Add more water-rich fruits like watermelon, oranges, and grapefruit. Include soups, veggie broths, and light bone broths in your meals. Habit 6. Exercising incorrectly or overdoing it. You may think exercise is good for my joints. That's true, but only if the exercises are suited to your condition. Many older adults still try deep squats, fast walking, or even jogging, believing that harder workouts mean better health. But in reality, these can severely damage weakened knees. The harm for aging joints: exercises like deep squats, stepping up onto high platforms, jumping or running, can put 2 to 3 times your body weight directly on your knees, quickly wearing down cartilage and causing intense pain and swelling afterward. Solution: switch to low-impact exercises like water walking, seated leg lifts, or stationary cycling. Always warm up before and cool down after exercising. If you feel pain after a workout, use a cold compress and don't push through it. Habit 7. Ignoring your body's early warning signs. This is one of the most common mistakes: brushing off the early signs of joint inflammation. You might feel your joints are a bit stiff in the morning, slight pain when standing up, or some warmth or swelling in the knee. But then you think it'll go away, and you do nothing. The harm. These are your body's early warnings. If you don't listen and adjust, the condition will worsen, leading to chronic arthritis or irreversible joint degeneration. Scientific evidence. According to the Cleveland Clinic, morning stiffness lasting over 30 minutes, pain after activity, and cracking sounds in your joints are all strong signs of progressing cartilage damage. Solution: see a joint specialist if your pain lasts more than 1 week or if you feel stiffness every morning. Don't self-medicate with long-term painkillers. Keep a symptom diary. It helps your doctor diagnose and treat the issue properly. Once you've heard all 7 habits, you might be thinking, I'm doing several of these things every single day. And you're not alone. Many older adults across America have silently lived with persistent knee pain, not because they don't care about their health, but because they simply didn't know what was truly causing it. Some have thought, I'm old. Pain is just part of life. Some even carry painkillers in their pockets, like it's a regular part of their wallet. Some have said no to weekend trips because they fear sitting in a car too long will be unbearable. That feeling, it's not just physical pain. It's the disappointment of not being able to do what you once loved. It's the worry that one day if things get worse, you might not be able to walk on your own. It's the constant anxiety that even stepping into the bathtub or going down the stairs might be too risky. But then, it only takes one small change. Just standing up after 30 minutes of sitting. Just drinking a few more glasses of water each day. Just switching to a pair of soft-soled shoes with heel support. These tiny actions can lead to a big transformation. One morning you wake up and step onto the floor, and you don't feel the same pain as before. One afternoon you take your grandchild for a walk in the park, without needing to sit halfway. One day you look back and realize I got back something I thought I had lost forever. That's not magic. That's the power of understanding, of change, of listening to your body. And most importantly, you can do this. If you're still here, thank you, truly. Because what I'm about to share isn't some miracle pill, an expensive cream, or a complex rehab technique. The real secret is in doing the little things right every day. A glass of warm water in the morning, a comfortable chair that keeps your back and legs aligned, a light, soft pair of shoes that supports each step, a gentle knee rotation as you get up, and most of all, a new rhythm of life. Slower, more attentive, more respectful of your body. According to a Mayo Clinic report, older adults who adjust their lifestyle, reducing stair use, staying hydrated, and choosing the right exercises, can improve knee pain by up to 38% in just 6 weeks. And here's the most important part. You don't have to do it all in one day. Pick just one thing from what you heard today. Just one. Start from there. Caring for your knees doesn't come from pushing hard, but from patience, kindness, and being gentle with yourself. You've lived long enough to know that true healing never comes in a rush. And if today is the day you begin, then maybe 3 weeks from now you'll walk with a new feeling. Lighter. Steadier. No longer afraid. That's not just relief. It's freedom restored. If you've made it to the end of this video, I want you to know, you're not just trying to fix knee pain. You're choosing to keep moving forward in life, with intention, with patience, and with love for yourself. We can't turn back time, but every day we can choose a better way to live the rest of our journey. Maybe you don't need to run or climb mountains like you did in your youth, but if you still want to hold your grandchild's hand for an evening walk, step down a few stairs to water your favorite plant, or simply walk around your home without a cane, then this video was made for you. I invite you. Share this video with a friend who also has knee pain. Maybe one small change will make a big difference. Leave a comment below. Which habit from the 7 are you struggling with? What change are you ready to try? And if you found this helpful, don't hesitate to hit subscribe so we can bring you more calm, easy to follow, and hopeful videos about senior health every week. Senior Health Table wasn't created to talk about illness. It was created to talk about how to live joyfully, healthily, and intentionally after 60. Because life doesn't end when the body starts to ache. It begins when we finally start listening to it, caring for it, and honoring it more than ever before.